is a take two. I restarted my my router and got my wife off of a video chat when she knew I was going live. But that's not her fault. We should have good enough service. We could all be doing something. So bear with me and let me try to get all back here with everybody again. And try one more time on this. And I'm sorry if some of you joined in on live stream a few minutes ago and I lost you. Tell me if it's better now. Let me do a little adjustment here. Tell me if it's better. I'm so sorry for that, and I can't guarantee this is going to stay any better. So I hope so. Yeah, it might still be a little blurry, but I got Melinda off of a chat with her family because we talk to them constantly, and there's nothing too big to worry about right now. So yeah, aside of the Typhoon stuff, I was telling we had a really good internet company here. That the guy Scott that owned it, man, he took good care of it. It was really great system. It's called Skywave. And the last time while we were in the Philippines, we got an email notification that a new company bought him out called NextLink, and they're a bigger conglomerate. And they took over all of Scott's customers, and they absolutely messed up his network. All of us customers that got consumed up by NextLink, man, they didn't care how they took care of us. They were very rude on the phone. They acted like we were just a stepchild, just really, you're just something we acquired, It was horrible. And the service just went to junk, customer service and quality of the internet. So we're limited out on these countrysides of what we can get. And I got with another company out of a neighboring town here, and I happen to know some of those guys, but I think they don't have enough bandwidth on the backbone. I think the line that they're connected in to the grid on is just not enough to handle all of their customers when it's something like an evening time like this. So yeah, I still don't have that great a service, but we kept hoping for Starlink. I paid for Starlink. That's the system that Elon Musk has come out with. I paid my deposit on that a long time ago, and we're always getting updates of how we're going to get the unit, and it always comes out a later date. Last we knew, we were all going to have them by the end of October, and here it is now going to the end of December, and we're going to be leaving. So I'm sorry for that. Enough excuses, but it's something else. I asked them if they had enough bandwidth, this company, and they swore they do, but I don't think they do. So let's move on about the storm. So what I was asking is anybody that knew what was going on right now. Like I said, we seen Justin from Critter Hunter put out a video. Pretty astounding, all the damage the big trees did. Paul O-Dog New Tricks, he put out video, him and Baby May. A lot of tree damage as well, and this is all going to be around Dumaguete and some towns near Dumaguete, like Justin, as I think in Darwin's what it's called, and Finn, which is right there by Justin and their friends. Finn put out a video, and same thing, tree damage, man, trees falling. That's what we've heard a lot up, even in our area, even right there in our town. I might have showed a video that our house did okay, but all along that coastline where we're at, like I said, we got lucky. So many houses lost their roofs, big heavy trees came down, storm surge wiped out stuff along coastal beach fronts and stuff, like on down from us, like near San Joaquin, all of that. There was a lot of damage. So I might have showed at our compound, our house, that we did okay, but as I said, so many did not. same thing, tons of tree damage, tons of tree damage. Melinda, she scrolls through on Facebook with her friends that's there right near us and all, and man, the damage is just unreal. So I can only imagine what has happened, like on the island of Bohol and as well in parts of Cebu, Surigao, Eastern Samar, and all. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to read some of your comments now, and y'all share what you found out from your family members, your loved ones, if you talked to them or not, and what the status is. So we got Cordova Andy saying, hi, here, everybody's safe, but electricity problem, I've had a bad connection. So let us know where you're at there, Andy, exactly where you're speaking from. Daryl back saying better so far. Thank you, Daryl. Melinda, try to stay off any videos over there on Facebook, okay? All right, and we got Bone Junkie, Maximus, hello. Again, James, Don, hi, much better, thank you. Still a little blurry, sorry for that, just doing the best we can. Y'all focus on chat and sharing information with each other. Let's all do a follow-up if we talk to our loved ones and stuff, you know. Maximus, video still blurry. Yeah, we'll just have to deal with it. As long as you got audio and you can hear me, don't worry about seeing my ugly face. It's probably helping that it's blurry, I tell you. It's probably helping. Bubs Nova, it's good to see you back in. Thanks. James, did anybody hear from Brian Smith? Is he okay? Has anybody heard from them down there? You know, let us know. I'm sure there's a lot of people wondering about them and all. Let us know if anybody's heard from anyone down there. Whoever wrote the comment about what's her name, Crazy Monette, is that what it is, Melinda? I saw on the last live stream that just crashed a few minutes ago, somebody wrote about that Crazy Monette or whatever. I think they live down in that area. Right back again what you wrote and share that again. So here we are. Bubs knows so far so good. Pictures cleared up some. Thank you. I'm sorry that it's a bad live stream, but let's just make the best of it, okay? Maybe it'll improve. Barry Henderson showed videos of the area in North Bohol from would that be Burgos, and I don't know how to pronounce some of these names. My wife already come over here and join. Mel, why don't you come over here and join in?
No, while
okay. And so if the Hendersons shared some videos, I haven't seen it. I don't keep up with all of them, so I know who you're talking about. I haven't watched anything from them in a long while. Was it video that was shared to them like was with us the other day, or I didn't think they were there at the time. I thought some reason in my head that they're in Arizona or something right now. Am I right or wrong? But if they got some stuff and share what's going on. I haven't seen it though. Yeah. Sure, let's blame it on Mel. Yeah. My PI retirement, the adventures of the Hendersons in the Philippines. Yeah. So maybe somebody shared some video or something, because I thought they were in Arizona the last I knew. But like I say, family or friends could have shared video and then they could have posted out there, because we did the same thing. My sister-in-law went and recorded video clips for me, and I shared it out to you guys. So I'll go check that out. I am subscribed to them. Of course, I like to follow all of my fellow vloggers out there. We're like a community, and it's good if we can network with each other and help each other. It's just here recently, I haven't seen their videos other than I thought that they were in Arizona at a farm there or something. So I might be wrong or out of date on it. So Conrad, I'm back on. I hope everybody's going to be okay in the Philippines. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of damage, and the death toll has went up, unfortunately. Um, APB on all channels. I'm here, everybody's safe, but electricity problem, have bad connection. This is worse than PLDT Smart and Globe stories. Hey, our PLDT, when it's going, it is going good, but it's always going down, and we constantly having to have my sister-in-law to do call them and get service calls to come out and get it going again. But man, when that PLDT fiber that we have over in Philippines going, man, it is awesome. And I'd rather have it there right now than what I have here in Texas at the moment. For sure. It seems like things are going downhill here in the U.S. while I'm watching other places improve. That's the truth. That is just the truth. Kids, keep it simple. Survival. Good morning. Well, good morning to you. Thank you for always joining us. John, thank you for joining us too. Did I hear from my son? Yes, I did. I did a follow-up and pinned a comment on that too. Part of the roof ripped on their house there. They flooded, but their house is second story, and they had already prepared on the second story. The roof didn't rip too bad, and but they're okay. And right after I posted that live stream, she must have had signal and seen it, and she wrote me immediately, and I just took the live stream down because I was concerned. And she wrote me immediately. She shared some pictures to me, so that means they had signal. And she told me she didn't have much charge on her phone, so she'd been trying to save it, and she didn't want to enter any video stuff. But she sent me pictures of him, of outside, what it looked like. It was in the dark and using the light on a camera phone, and let me know everything was okay. And that was a relief. And it was very nice that she did that and let me know that everything was good. So I appreciate you asking about that. Such a relief, you know, just worry, like all of you guys worry. And speaking of worried, Al, it's midlife crisis, so Al there, I paid the deposit for Starlink Philippines, same thing, all delays. So Al was also concerned and trying to get a hold of his loved one as well. And I saw that he wrote something in the live stream that crashed, and I didn't get to read it. Yeah, kiss, keep simple. Do not worry, they'll fix it again. Scott Expat in the Philippines. Well, hello to you too. Maximus, watching A Christmas Story while listening to your live. That's pretty cool. You watching the old classic one there? Kiss, there is plenty of videos on YouTube if you want updates. Well, of course, we know there's a lot of videos on YouTube, but we're a group here. We're all kind of connected and bonded with each other on here. So you can just watch a video, but we can share in these messages here of what's happened with each one of us and each one of our loved ones and things like that, you know. So that's the reason I'm here to do this live stream, so we can share. Of course, we can all go to Google and watch in YouTube and watch all these different people posting images of the damage, but that doesn't cover your personal experience and stories, and that's what we want to share here right now. So that's what I have to say about that. Cebu has bad damage. I bet it does. I mean, I saw Geo posted some stuff, and what is that, Amazing Philippines? I saw what he posted, but I saw a lot of bad damage, man oh man. Mark Thompson, I know I'm buying a chainsaw when I move to the Philippines. Hey, you know, speaking of that, I read a law. Now, I'm not saying they enforce this law, because Philippines has a lot of laws, okay? But I read a law that you're supposed to have a permit to own a chainsaw. In the Philippines, it's supposed to be permitted, and that's because of illegal deforestation and illegal charcoal business, and and you're supposed to pay like a restoration fee, like on a motorcycle, a car, or anything like that. And that is the Philippine law. Now, how much it's enforced, I don't know. I'm sure they can enforce it if they wanted to, but I'm just telling you what I read. It's a law. It's on the books. It don't mean that it's a heavy enforced law, but maybe in some places. I did hear over one time there in the mountains of Negros of some chainsaws being confiscated, and that was because of illegal deforestation going on. So I'm sure if they were doing something bad with them, they'd probably get them. Just side story, just sharing. Uh, I've been using that Ryobi 40-volt electric chainsaw here lately that Mike had, and I bought a new battery for it because his went bad. And man, we've been trimming up and cutting trees around here. Haven't shown no video of it. Didn't really figure y'all care about watching me cut trees. But man, Mel and I, we've been trimming up tree lines and trimming up some big tree limbs that we're worried about falling on a building or something while we were gone. Some limbs that are getting weak. Man, we like it. I really like to have one of those there. Just have that thing handy, man. I like it. All right, so let's get off of that. But yeah, chainsaw there would be handy, and I'm thinking the same thing. To get me one of those for the Philippines. Andy, APB on all channels. You just keep repeating that for whatever reason. I don't know why you keep posting that same message again and again. Franco Anthony, Micro, let's see, what's that? Micro Terra and Bella, we're doing a live feed from Palawan during a storm, but the feed ended. No new sense. Okay, so you're saying they were doing a live feed from there. I'm not familiar with them, so I don't know. But yeah, if y'all see that the storm re-strengthened after it got out in the West Philippine Sea, it re-intensified. That's the word, re-intensified after it got out into the West Philippine Sea, heading towards Vietnam and out in the South China Sea there, which I don't think China knows where that boundary is, right? But and man, it was looking to bring some pretty good surge over into and storm over into Vietnam there. So let's see right here, Maximus. Yeah, lots of trees falling. A big Ramadan tree fell down on our lot. Let's see, yeah, less free Ramadan once they're in season again. Also, banana trees falling down. Yeah, I lost a big banana that I planted, and but not that beautiful one in the front, but a big one that y'all didn't see on the side. I lost it, but a couple others right next to it survived. But I mean, that was the extent of my damage. I'm ashamed to even worry about that little old thing compared to what people's losses were. Al. So Al is down in South Texas. He's a fellow Texan and really long-time follower of our channel. Al and I, we talk personally as well. I consider him kind of like a friend now. And so he says here, finally talked. Let's see, today she's alive, but her house collapsed. Man, my house has some trees on the roof. Let's see, she was in Cebu, which is where the eye landed. Let's see, most of that town's bad. She says, man, that's bad on the house. That's bad. But man, the best part there is you said that she contacted you and you talked to her and that she's okay. That's the best part right there. I know that was a relief for your brother. I know it was. So there you go right there. Just trees, man. That's what we were talking about. Just smashing down on everything. Montana airport's bad damage and shut down. Yeah, that's what I saw on the news. I followed some news feeds on that. Man, that's messing people up on the holidays too, to reunite with families. Like I say, this is insult to injury with all the other crisis going on. Yeah, they'll refix. Of course they will, but it doesn't make it less devastating to people's lives. Um, you can't bring a life back, and there was a lot of lives lost. And some people can't rebuild their homes when they have no money, especially with everything that's been happening in the world for the past 2 years. So, what are you going to rebuild with? You know, they're going to have to try to gather whatever scrap materials that are survived from their old house, or if a neighbor gives them their old scrap or something. You know, it's not that easy. When one happens like this is called insult to injury, because things are already such a struggle there right now, and then this happened, and then right at the holidays, it's a little bit more besides they'll refix. You know, I just say it like it is. Uh, Tennessee Daryl, hello from East Tennessee. Well, hello to you there. Maximus Negros Island took a direct hit also. How's your son on Negros? You probably just heard me say that, and he's good, thank goodness. Um, so, for y'all that don't know, what did they say, Mel, that this storm passed across 7 landmasses, right?
Yeah, 7 landfall.
So it made 7 landfalls. So going right across 7 different islands, of sizable islands. 7 landfalls. Each one has mountains and stuff on it, some pretty good sized mountains on some of them. And it is the largest storm to make landfall ever in Negros, because usually they've already weakened down some by the time they get that far across there. So the largest one to make landfall in Negros since the records have been kept. So yeah, that means there was a lot of big trees that's never came down before that came down this time. Think about that. Other places that's always having their big trees ripped down. There's no great big old trees there unless just random here and there that's got spared, but not as dense. But you get over in Negros, that past storms have not brought those big trees down. They had a whole lot more trees to come down then. Just think about that. Um, so we got Edward here, East Tennessee. Hello. Al, I know a girl in Bahal. She didn't come out too bad. Their sorry store was damaged and no roof. Their house is okay, but no electricity communications. From the videos I've seen, with different ones, like even down there and outside Dumageddon and Darwin and all right there, and that's not even where the worst of it was at. Man, from what Justin showed and what Finn showed and what Paul showed on the Old Dog New Tricks, it was just nothing but power lines down everywhere, poles snapped off everywhere, trees that took them down too. It wasn't always the pole snap. A lot of times it's because a big tree came down on the line. And man, so if it was like that there, I can just imagine across other places in parts of Cebu, Bohol, Surigao, and Samar. Uh, yeah, it's gonna be a while for Simone for power. It absolutely is. Um, thanks for sharing that. We're here for share this information, tell these stories. Um, that's what we're here for. Of course, we can look at images online. We know that. We can look at video online. We know that. But we can't just all sit and share like we can on an open forum like this. Um, so Scott in Cebu, let's see, what do you say that would that J be pronounced as an H, like Pahak? Our our house, little water got in and broken windows. It's at the old house near the airport, the roof's torn off and the CR roofs to be fixed. Yeah, you know, I'm not trying to be critical, nothing, but there's a lot of these roofs. You know, they're made of lightweight material. It's thin. It's some cocoa lumber or it's some bamboo, because life can be harder for them. They have limited means, limited materials. Most of what's sold at those little small hardware stores is really thin corrugated metal, really thin, and they're just getting by and didn't weather these storms too well, you know. So when that wind gets a hold of them, and that thin metal flying through the air can be like a razor blade. But so it does a lot of roof damages for sure, especially where they'll leave it open around the edges because they're trying to let the heat out and some air come in, get circulation because it's hot weather there, always hot there. And so then if that air can get underneath, that wind can get under that roof, it's definitely going to lift it just like an airplane wing. And so thus even more, you're going to get roof damage. And of course, if they close it all in tight, they have less air circulation and the house gets really hot inside. So, it's a tough situation. Moonbeam, hello from Arizona. Thank you very much. Daniel, hi James. Glad to hear your son's okay. Thank you very much. Scott, it looks like Tim K, the YouTuber's house. I haven't seen what's happened with Tim, so I want to go check that out. Got wiped out. He lived on the beach. Yes, that's when we did that last live stream. I kept mentioning about Tim K because he is directly on the water, directly on. I mean, their backyard fence, that little white concrete fence. The high tide goes all the way up to that at the back of it. During high tide, he can literally walk off the steps out of the backyard right down to the water. So I knew that was a dangerous spot to be at right there. Man, so I haven't seen Tim K. If he put a video out, I haven't seen it, and I normally keep up with what's going on with him. So it's him, Chrissy, and the boy, and they have I think a live-in nanny or caretaker there and stuff. Are they all okay? What's their situation? Can you share it on here? And man, I've been really worried for them. Us vlogger, we're a community. We all pretty much know each other. That 6 degrees of separation. We all kind of know each other through somebody or something, and we really are more connected than a lot of people realize. So Vince here from Texas, Otani Iloilo, our prayers go out to all. That's right. That is right. Scott, hi to all in chat. And yeah, hi to all of you out there. And thanks for joining in. 181 of you with us right now. Man, if I can't keep up with your messages, just bear with me. But share so others can read them and we can know how everyone is. This is the best way. This is the fastest way we can all share information. That's why I told Melinda I'm going to sit down and do this for you all right now. And I'm going to say this again. Do not send any money to me during this live stream. Do not do a super chat. I don't want it. If you know somebody that's directly affected over there, you give whatever you can to them that can rebuild their homes. Do not send a dime to me here. I just do not. We're not the ones that need it right now. And I just cannot stress that enough. But if whoever your loved one is over there that got damaged or something, you give that to them instead, okay? Or donate to the Philippine Red Cross or another charity that you feel comfortable with, okay? But I just want to be clear, we're not on here about making money right now. This is so that all of you, just like the other day as the storm was coming and passing, we can share what's going on, okay? So let's go on here. Don asked for her from son. Yes, I followed that, and his mom got with me, and they're all good. They're flooded and without power, and I don't know if it's come back yet or not right now. And they lost part of their roof. But right when I posted a live stream, she got with me. She must have known that I posted that or something. So appreciate you asking about that. For some reason this jumped on me just now, so we'll back up here just a little bit. And and get back where I was at. Yep. So meanwhile, I'm trying to get back here where I was at. Um, just following up with all this. So again, anybody know anything more about what's happened like down in Bohol and all? Um, what's going on there? It looks like they took a really hard hit, a really hard hit. I'm still having to back up here because some reason this thing jumped all the way to the end of the chat. All right, here I am. And let me go up there and do that deal again where I can pin and toggle timestamps right here. All right. So so here we are. So yeah, John was saying it's John and Monina. And so yeah, let's tell me again about what's happened with John and Crazy Monina, right? And that Crazy Monina, and what's going on with them, because I think they're right there on Bohol as well. And I know they were building a new house that was built out of hollow block, and then they had bought that Nipa house too that they had moved in. So let us know how they're faring and what's going on with them. I keep up with a lot what's happening with all these other people. Ed, my girlfriend, is from Remigio. I'm not. My wife ought to come over here and help me out with these names. I don't know why she's drifting around in the darkness here behind me. Yeah, well, come over here and join in. And Cebu Island, some damage, but not a lot. So, what part of Cebu is that? Is that more northern, southern, the central part through there? What part is that? Frank, we have a place and friends in Ubai, Bohol, but have not been able to reach anyone. Man, yeah, I think that there's just probably zero communication there. I bet they probably got hit so hard. I bet the communication towers are out right there. Even if they had a generator to run for those towers to operate, I bet you they probably got wiped out. Really curious of what's happening down there. Good morning. The people will rebuild. Of course, we know the people will rebuild. I don't know why you're in this silly mood to put those Captain Obvious statements there right now. But we're here to share with each other what's going on. Of course, we know we can rebuild. Of course, we know we can look at Google and YouTube for what's happening. We know these. You're in an odd mood with us today. Keep it simple, survival. They see Franco Anthony. It looks like the eye of the super typhoon went right over southern Leyte, where Tim K and Chrissy live. No word from them, probably due to outages. So somebody has said that just a minute ago that their place was wiped out. So has someone been in contact with Tim and Chrissy? Crazy Monina's life in the Philippines was in a direct path according to Google Earth. Oh wow. Man, I just wonder how their structure fared there, you know. And he cut down a bunch of trees. John did. He cut down a lot of tall coconut trees that was there. Man, that's probably a good thing that they did clear some of those out, because those were probably so dangerous around them. Vince, our home and family in Otan, Iloilo, made it through fine, minimal damage. That's good. That's really good. Scott, expat in the Philippines. I have not heard from Brian and Maricel or Terrence and Beth, and I hope and pray all's well there. The Adventures of the Hendersons had a video on it this morning. I don't know why it didn't give me in my recommended list or anything, because as far as I know, I'm subscribed to them because I like keeping up with fellow vloggers. I don't keep up with Terrence and Beth. They just put out so much videos of, I don't know, I call it nonsense, that I just don't keep up with them. Of course, I hope they're well, and I hope everything is good for them. I really do. We don't no way in any shape, form do I wish bad on anybody in any which way. Uh, this and this is not a time for anybody to share hateful things or nothing like that. I know there's a lot of drama with some of those bloggers out there, but this ain't the time for it. And I'm not saying anybody was doing that just now. I'm just speaking out. And so I don't keep up with all of them. I mean, very familiar with them, but I hope everything's going well for them. I hope it didn't tear up that Raptor truck. So, John Ferris Gold Painting School. My family in Samar, Southern Visayas are fine. That is good. That is good. That's good. I'm glad that you've heard from them and talked to them then. Apparently, that is really good. Brendan, Ruthie was live 5 hours ago and said the info she had about Taliban area Bohol was all the vloggers were familiar with were physically okay, but she hadn't had any information about property damage yet. I didn't know Ruthie was even still doing anything on YouTube. I don't know.
She was in Canada now.
Yeah, she's in Canada now, so she must have had contact with somebody there then. Thank you for sharing that. I just didn't know that Ruthie was even still putting any videos out. I saw that she did a little bit while she was in Canada, but I didn't know if. So she didn't put the video out actually out of Bohol. She put it out of Canada. So she must have been in contact with somebody. Gary and Eleanor, husband from Bohol Echo Farm. Yeah, I know who that is. Posted that he has not had contact yet with her. So, yeah, Eleanor's, if I'm right, in Eleanor, the one right behind the foreigner farmer there, just right behind the pond back there, and so no contact with her yet, huh? And I don't think Gary's there, right? Just her right now, and maybe her brother or family or something. Al's Midlife Craft, Filipina P put out a video from Lete. I saw she put one, I didn't watch it. And she said that they were spared and they're not getting it too bad. No power, of course. Not sure what part she's in though. Yeah, I saw she posted one, but I didn't watch hers. I mean, I like the P. P's pretty cool. I just didn't catch hers. I was a little busy today. Patrick was over here with me today, and he's helping me get things in order, some final stuff that we need to do. He's going to help me over the next few days before we're out of here, and we're going to be Philippines bound.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, if something don't change, yeah. So, Patrick, if y'all remember Patrick, my friend from Kenya, he spent the day here with me today, and Michael part of the day, and helping me get some things in order. I've got some stuff I've got to get moved and in place. Just a bunch of little loose end tie-ups before we leave. So appreciate old Patrick always, and just enjoyed hanging out with him. Barry said her father is taking videos and upload it to their YouTube account. Okay. Yeah, the Hendersons are in Texas. So I knew when they first come in that they went and visited like his uncle or something like that in Arizona and hung out there for a little bit before they came on across to Texas is what it was. That's right. And then I haven't kind of kept up from there. Maximus, looks like someone took the videos, but does not show who. So maybe it was family member of the Hendersons. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what we're figuring out there. I'm gonna go check that out. I appreciate y'all sharing that too. I'll go check it out. Um, those seem like pretty nice people. Scott, and man, does he have a cold job when he's down there? What is it, Antarctica? Woo, man, I'm gonna call him Polar Bear. Uh, so Scott, expat in Philippines, all power over Cebu, power down, James Melinda. Yeah, Bubs Nova, my wife is in Mindanao, Surigao del Sur. They had a tree and roof damage and no electricity for a few days now. I bet it's going to be some power out for a while.
Yes, I saw a lot of I mean a lot of news there in Facebook that Siargao, Leyte, and Cebu and Negros, they don't have any electricity right now. They don't have. Maybe they come back like I think I heard in Bohol maybe like a month before electricity come back because there's really a lot of damage. But in Negros, the one that I read in the news that maybe after 2 days, it's depend to which area they are.
Yeah.
And
So I'll tell you all something. My solar panels are down right now. Not down as in blown down or nothing, but apparently during that storm and maybe a lightning strike, I have a lightning arrestor on my combiner box, and apparently it tripped the lightning arrestor, which is what it's supposed to do. That's its job. But my family there don't know how to replace it or to bypass it. And I don't want to ask them to either and accidentally get hurt or damage something. So there is grid backup there, and the power is working in our neighborhood now. They've already got the power restored in our neighborhood.
yes,
And so we do have grid backup for my solar that'll charge my batteries and everything. But apparently one of those strikes tripped that lightning arrestor, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. And it blows out, this particular one, it blows out and you have to change the component. You don't just reset it. So it did its job, but I need to get a backup. I have a spare here. I'm taking it with me in my suitcase. I happen to have one here, and I'm taking it with me. When I get there, I'm gonna have to change the lightning arrestor on there. But it did its job. That's what it's supposed to do. Or it could have blown all my equipment out. So can't complain on that. Can't complain on that. But that's why I had Marvin up there in that video that I put out. Checking the breaker there and all, and took a picture, and I could see it's got these little windows that are colored on that lightning arrestor, and if that window changes color, it blew out. So apparently there was a lightning strike right on the roof of the house there. Looks like someone took videos, and then we were power all over, and we were in Mindanao, and Henderson's in Texas. Yeah. Okay, Kiss. Normally you're a pretty good guy, but right now you're just keep repeating the Captain Obvious stuff. They'll pick up and rebuild. Yes, they will. We're just gonna rename you Captain Obvious this evening. Ryan, watching from Philadelphia. Go ahead, Mel, since he's gonna speak to you in native tongue.
laban at dasal tayo mga Pinoy. Yes, fight, fight, fight. Yeah.
Go ahead, babe.
Go ahead. Bing Smith, Cabancalan City and surrounding town and Negros Occidental are flooded. Yes, it is true though. It is the one that I watch in the news that they're really flooded there. Bill Long, Paolo Rigotti put out quiet a few videos of Bohol and surrounding area.
Huh. I don't know who that is.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, I'm clueless who you're talking about there, but put out quite a few videos of Bohol and surrounding
Yeah, we're gonna
areas.
check it out though.
Yeah, maybe. Will you grab that pen and write that name down? There's a pen right there. Hold on, I want to write that name down. I'll try to look that up. Just write it right here on that envelope real quick, baby, if you would. All right, thank you for that. Thank you, thank you. And let's see here. Chuck W. Hello, Chuck. Paul in Philippines, Odal Your Tricks has video. And Valencia Negros, yeah, I already spoke about that several times on here and watched it. Him and Baby May went out. A lot of tree damage and power lines down, even right there with them. Uh,
Actually, in Negros, the main really hit is Kabankalan in that area.
Boy, I'm telling you, it got Dumageddon and Darwin pretty good.
Yeah.
So if it got Kabaklan and all, man, I'm really curious of what came out of it right there. Uh,
Russell brother Chrissy Kay and her house was destroyed along with her beach community, but she made it, and her parents' new house and they are building made it.
So I'm gonna read that again because Chrissy K said her house destroyed. So did Chrissy put a video out, or did someone have contact with her? Said their house was destroyed along with her beach community. Man, I would have been terrified to have been in that house with those big old waves coming in right there.
Yes, their house is really close.
I mean, terrified. And it was glass doors and all there on the back too, and right, right at the ground floor. Man, oh man. Boy, I'm glad to hear that they're okay. I'm glad that her parents' new house is also okay. I wonder how it did with flooding or anything, because it has a real steep embankment that comes right down at the bottom of their house there. Real steep embankment. But it's really good to know that her family's house did well. I'd rather be at her mom and dad's house with that storm coming through than to be there at that beach house they were renting. Man, oh man. Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. That's what we're on here to do, share these stories. Jeff B. Henderson's video that was shared with them showed a lot of trees down, roofs damaged, non-cement buildings damaged pretty heavily in northern Bohol. Wow. I'm going to go check these out. The new Wrangler, all the fish at our fish ponds dies. And we lost a few blinds, my solar street lights, and a few got blown over, and a tree fell on a fence. Overall, a little bit of loss for us. Yeah, I'm sorry about your fish and all of your damage there. Main things that the people are safe. And one thing about those fish can grow back fast. So appreciate you sharing that as well. Bean Smith, no news from Bryant and family, praying that they're all safe and doing okay. Absolutely, especially the children and all. That'd be a horrifying experience for someone like a boy like Red's age and Charlie and all there. Absolutely. Let's see. We're New Wrangler. We are still without power and water. Man, just hang tough in there. Are you able to charge somewhere? Do you have some kind of method that you're able to charge right now? Battery bank or any kind of solar, or they have like a charging station somewhere people are able to go to?
Mostly the LGU provided.
Yeah, is your LGU providing a charging station or something like that? Just curious, just share if you would there. The cleanup has begun, and we'll add more fish when the pond clears up again. That's right. That is right. Man, I appreciate you writing this too. Martin O'Reilly, great to hear your son's okay and prayers answered. Thank you so much. Absolutely. May's family is all safe. Man, that is good news. I like hearing good news. And just like John, John shared, he talked to his loved ones there and they're okay. It's Mel, I'm gonna let you read right now. We're right here with John, by the way.
John First Gold Panning School. Roselda and I lost the house on Genamoc. Our house in Basi is fine. I have not heard from Palawan yet. Palawan. I have no any news from Palawan right now. Actually,
It was the last place it hit, and then it re-strengthened again.
It's Palawan.
Yeah. Go ahead, baby.
The new Wrangler. Do I say it right?
Yeah, the new Wrangler.
Yeah. There is a real mess at the fish pond, though.
I imagine with those fish dead, I imagine it is a mess.
Chuck W. Atiskimon has a video in Cebu, Mandawi. What is that?
Yeah,
Atiskimon?
another one I don't know.
Another, yeah,
Yeah,
another
we
one. We're
don't
gonna
know.
check it out. Can, how you put it, Uger? It's a
Unger.
hunger. I was worried for my GF on the northern tip of Mindanao, but they got lucky and caught just the bottom of the storm. Yeah, it is true though. Mindanao is not really affected too much for that. Maybe
They're,
just the wind and the rain.
yeah, they get out pretty lucky down there
Yeah.
on this. They're so far south, and they, especially towards Davao and General Santos and all that. Man,
Yes,
it's
yeah. General Santos
yeah.
there. Very good. Always good.
How did our property fare? Yeah, I put a video out on it. Just blew some plywood we had boarded up for where a door goes upstairs. You know, where we haven't finished our house, and broke up one banana tree down our yard. So I'm kind of shameful to even say of anything for damage for us because we didn't. But now in our town, in the towns all around us and down past us, there was some pretty severe damage, and people we know right there next door to us lost their roofs and all right there by us.
Yes, and the
I
trees
mean,
also
just on the
fell.
other side of my fence, there's people sustained damage. Of course, roofs built out of lot materials, budgeted houses and stuff, and but the communities come together quick, and everybody's helping each other out, and
Yes.
everybody seems to be in good spirits there.
Mostly is the damage is the light materials build and then the trees. That's
But
the
on
main thing.
down our beach going towards Antique is San Joaquin. That's kind of one of the last places in the Iloilo province before you go into the Antique province, real close to it anyway. And along that shoreline there was, and there's deeper water there. The mountain kind of drops real steep into the ocean right there, the Sulu Sea. And so, man, there must have been some big, massive waves hitting there, and it
Yes.
destroyed a lot of shoreline
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
On that area.
Big waves. That water turns deep blue just immediately right at the beach right there. Uh, there's also some big fish that are caught there, and that's where you can go catch some really nice tuna. That's where we go find like that mahi, all of that right there. But there's a lot of damage right there. Um, Urban Beeman getting here late, but I know y'all help where you can. Glad to see you're getting the word out. Yep, we're here to all share and talk, and that's what we're doing here. And appreciate you joining us. Scott expat in the Philippines, Santa Monica Island. Let's see, that's one Surigao City, below
Yes.
Tacloban,
It is
Bohol, and
Surigao.
Taliban. Um, Seaport, Illinois. Boy, got a whole list there.
Yes, Sagun
You wrote
Mactan,
a list out.
Olango Island, Iloilo Negros, Oriental, Dumangueri, and Palawan.
Yeah,
Yes.
Longapo Island. Yeah, man. Barry Henderson's video shows the highway. Yeah, we'll have to go check that out. So, oh, you said that's about 5 to 10 minutes west of Brian's place. Daryl, appreciate you there. And anybody gets out of line, oh, Daryl, you see he's my moderator. Gonna put the hammer on you.
uh,
Yeah. The new Wrangler, we had a bit of tree damage. Uh, yeah, I'm glad that you're writing. And like I say, share how you are able to charge and what any of y'all. What's the LGUs doing to help you all without power or anything like that right now? Um, just share that. I know our LGU right there is really good at helping people really fast in our community. Um, and usually when we're there, we'll pitch in and help too. If we can buy sacks of rice and canned goods and stuff, we do. If it's needed there and all, and I always just Brown Guy Captain let me know, or I volunteer without her asking, or sometimes she'll actually physically ask, and either which way we don't mind helping.
yeah, small money, it helps a lot to
Yeah,
others.
yeah. Um, and let's see what else we got here.
Mark Thompson, thanks for the info, James. I'm going to have to get the carrying permit for a chainsaw. great, and yes, the electric saws are actually quite good. I was surprised.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. We was talking about that. You got to have a
Yes.
permit on a chainsaw,
Yeah. Oh,
and I think if I'm not mistaken, you have to get a permit, and they have to come out and check it out to cut down a coconut tree. If you own a coconut on your own property, like right there at our place, and we want to cut one, you're supposed to have a government permit for that. And they'll come check out, and you got to have like a good reason to take one down. Um, you know, just laws of the land, laws of the land. So Scott said, I hope Melinda's family are all okay, and we're praying for all of them. They are, they're all okay. Thank you very much. Andy, you went down text. My wife got the message. It's the Mike battery powered chainsaw and a pole saw. Yep, I have a pole saw here. In fact, electric pole saw. That thing's really handy getting up trimming trees and stuff, boy. It is. Scott is heading straight for them in Vietnam and is traveling at 209 kilometers an hour. Yeah, it re-strengthened, re-intensified out on the water. Jerry Balbin, Buenos Dias from Zamboanga City, Philippines. We got relatives in Visayas, Negros, Iloilo, Dumaguete, and Cebu. Hope they're safe. Yeah, have you talked to any of them? Just let us know right there, Jerry, and appreciate it. And thank you for joining in with us here. John Wardle, no contact with my family, friends in Negros. You see right here where he said too, Mel, baby.
mm.
You see right here too where he said that he has not been able to reach them. What did we just talk about just a minute ago? That's where they got hit right there, really bad. That's what we keep hearing. So you probably hadn't heard from them because there's probably no communication. So just hope for the best, and maybe we'll hear from them really soon. You share to us when you do. Comment on any video I put out and let us know that everything's okay, John. All right. And if anybody knows anything about that area, um, they're in Negros. That's right down about halfway down the coastline on the west side of Negros. So you got Dumaguete down at the bottom, you got Bacolod up at the top, and Bago City and all, and about halfway down that island is where Caboclan and all is, and there there's reports of some really heavy damage right there. So anybody can share anything about that to him right now while he's on here. Y'all share, tell him what you know about what's going on there. Kevin Fink, is there insurance like in America? There is. You can get some insurances, but of course, look, it's a country of calamity, like we talked about in the last video. You know, it's typhoons, it's landslides from heavy rains, it's earthquakes, it's volcanoes blowing. It's a pretty energetic place. And so it's going to be limited to what they're going to insure you on, and how that works. It's not going to be quite like the insurances we have here in the U.S. And then most of the people can't afford that on top of that. That just goes beyond what they can afford in their budget. So, but there is some insurance you can get, and if you got like a really good structure and all, you can get it insured. You absolutely can. There is companies there, and anybody that wants to share about what you know about insurance there in the Philippines for home or personal property and all, write it here right now and tell if any of you bought any kind of insurance or anything like that there in the Philippines.
Here's a news here. Kabangkalan City is still flooded and some pastors lost their houses. It is a 2 hours, you know, news.
Yeah, so 2 hours ago, there it is right here. She's reading this online on
And it is all the images over there in Kabangkalan.
So this is an update right here. Let's see, you can see there.
Yeah, it is in Facebook, but you can search Kabangkalan, Typhoon, Odette.
Yeah, look that up right there on Facebook, and it's got a whole list of stuff what's going on right there, and what the LGUs are doing, and put out relief packs and stuff right there to them. They're asking for people to help abroad, um, to provide more for more relief packs and stuff like that. That they need water relief goods, medical assistance, dry goods, and slippers. They got some contact information here to help with donations. Um, and you can also drop donations at a Bacalit Cosmopolitan Christian Church, and then it's got a whole bunch of images there. So this is probably what you want to go to and see for right there. So again, just look this up in Facebook, and I hope that'll help you right there. And as I say, it's got a lot of information here, and then you can tap, and there's a lot of pictures here of what's going on there. And as it stated there in the bottom, that there's still a lot of flooding, you see? So maybe that'll help you out a little bit. But they took it pretty good, and it does say it, get that there where you can see it, that there's a lot of flooding. That's just all water there in the town. Thank you, Ma.
Yeah, it is in Kabangkalan.
I'm trying to show you the best I can. I know you probably couldn't see it, but if you look that up there and find it, okay?
Yeah, you can see a lot there. It's all about Kabangkalan
Yeah.
and Negros. Search it out.
So New Wrangler communications are very poor. I think the most service is down. Yeah. Jerry, you have to register your chainsaw with the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. Yeah, the DENR. But I think for disasters or emergencies, they are lenient with its usage. Yeah. It's good examples. I knew you were supposed to register that. I knew you did. I read the laws on that once before. It's me. Hello, it's me. Glad that you joined in here. So right now, he says, hello all. I have not heard from my girlfriend and Samar. Yeah, I'm sure communication's down. We hope the best there on that you hear soon. I know it'll be a relief when you hear. I know how it was with my son. I was getting kind of worked up and emotional because I know how bad they flood right there. And thank God his mom answered and shared images and pictures of them there while they still had a charge on their phone. And so thank you for that. And I know that once you hear, you'll be real relieved too. And I understand very much how it feels to be out of contact and no communication. But just hang in there, and I'm sure you will probably hear from them soon. Okay? Just hang tight. They're not expecting the wood house to still be standing. It may not, and if it's not wind, it's still trees, boy, just taking and smashing them down. Redneck Way is hurt again from my fiance after the roof got ripped off. Her phone died. Now she's headed back home. Probably won't hear from her for a few days as South Cebu doesn't have power. The Filipinos are real good at helping each other. And man, they come together quick in these situations. And I tell you what's amazing is how quick they start cleaning stuff up. They are like ants out there just working everywhere. And man, it's amazing the work that they can get done fast and helping each other and helping strangers. And I bet she's going to be in good hands right there. And they're tough people, really seasoned for this. And so I bet you that everything will be fine even if you don't hear from her for a few days.
Well, maybe they have something here because there's another news over there in Leyte. It is in southern Leyte. So the news right now there's no water, no electricity, no signal. All telecom towers are down. Most roads are still blocked by debris. So
And then it says the most affected areas are washout from shoreline of Zone 2, Zone 3, San Jose, what's that? How do you say Tampung?
yeah, Tampung, Sugod, southern Leyte. A lot of families lost their home. It is the news right now, 4 hours. So maybe you guys want to contact her. There's nothing, no telecom. The towers are all down.
All right, I'm just kind of reading here, and there's some more pictures. I tell you what, and you research this out there on Facebook also.
Yeah, Facebook.
Go to Facebook, go to search, and type in your area.
Yes, only in Facebook.
Yeah, because Filipinos, even the government's really utilizing Facebook. And so go to Facebook, go to search, and type in your area, and you're going to find
some pictures there.
Pictures. You're going to find the local governments all posting and posting information. So the Philippine government really utilizes Facebook a lot. So you check that out. Go to it. Any of you trying to find information about your particular area, go do searches on Facebook. The LGUs, the disaster groups, all are putting stuff out. Even Red Cross does. Just locals living there. So you search and you will probably find a lot of images, a lot of updates on what's going on. So moving on here, let's see. Corrugated roofing sheets everywhere. I bet there is. Scott, not Daddy. Hi. Vince, I donated to help Justin Critter Hunter. They had a lot of damage there. Are setting up a fund for your area. I haven't set up nothing. You know, I try to walk a very careful line with any kind of setting up funds or anything. Of course, we know there's some troll-like people out there that just want to start trouble for you in your YouTube channel when it comes to finances and money. You know, they want to call you lawbreakers and all of this. You know, they get real hypocritical because they'll do it, but you don't do it. And they'll start these filing complaints and filing this and all of this big old mess. And it just puts you to standing in a pile of poop. You can have the best intentions in your heart. And because of people out there either out of jealousy or they don't have a life or whatever, they just want to make hell for you for whatever reason. And so I try to stay away from that money thing. I will do things personally out of my own pocket from my own heart to donate and help or buy material directly for somebody we know. But I try to stay out of that, and I just deal with if I want to give something to my local barangay or something like that, I'll do it. And but as far as setting up funding and all that, I stay away from that because there's some sorry ass people out there with nothing better to do in their life but try to piss on other people. And I'm just telling it like it is. Sorry for my words there. And I don't have time for all that drama. So I just stay away from it, and I go about means that don't cause those problems, and it's not out in the public eye for all the scrutiny and for all the jerks. And that's the way I have said. But yeah, Justin and them down there, Where they're at's a whole lot more damage. I saw it. I saw what he had going on and everything, and I probably wouldn't mind helping them down there. Just to tell you the truth. The new Wrangler. I'm buying a generator for the brother at the fish pond, and we are going solar sooner now because of this event. Yeah, a generator is still very handy during all this. Man, you can buy a diesel generator there. A generator is still very, very handy. Of course, solar, you got to buy a bunch of batteries to have power to back that up. Those batteries are expensive. And of course, if it's stormy, solar panels can get blown away. Think about that. If even if the best attached ones sometimes can. And at the same time, if it's real cloudy and rainy, they're not producing nothing. So maybe have both, but definitely a good generator is the ticket, I just tell you. So right here, concrete, house building, and Philippines. I'm glad to hear from you. Haven't heard from you in a while, brother. I hope everything's going well. The crew is doing interior walls, a few coconut trees down. The 1,100 cubic meters of concrete we call a house. Obviously, no damage. Same thing here. Power to you, brother, for our big old concrete houses. Yeah. So, um, for y'all that don't know who's here, he is an engineer, and he's a very smart man. And he also built a solid concrete home and a lot of other cast poured jobs and all. And he has been a follower through all of our journey on building our house and sharing information and shared. He has a YouTube channel. Go check it out right there. And man, this guy designs and builds some amazing things. Just go check him out. Pretty cool. And I'm just glad to know that everything's well there for you. Balut John, my wife has not said anything to me yet. Her family live in the Negros Mountains. Man, there's some big mountains up there too. I hope that you hear from them soon and that everything's good. Al, thanks, brother. You made me tear up there. I'm sorry for that, man. Not trying to make you tear up. I know I teared up the other day about my boy. Y'all made me tear up. We lost the farm too this quarter. Is the tip of the mountains and all the crops are gone. Yeah, crops can grow again. The crops can grow again. I'll just hang tough right there. Al has just been wanting to get back into the Philippines and get back over to her. They're not married. It's his fiance. Al, I'm not trying to throw out your personal business or nothing like that, but we're all here in these situations, and let's share our stories a little bit. Al's been trying, waiting for the Philippines to open back up because they were not yet married, and they've been together and they're separated. Like many out there are, because they didn't have a piece of paper that's a marriage license between them. It doesn't make the bond, the relationship, the love they have any different of just being fiance. And so Al has tried to get her over here, even on a tourist visa, which had got approved, but then the Philippines wouldn't let her go. And that happens sometimes. And he went through a big mess over that. What a mess. And so now he's just back again to just waiting and to try to get in over to the Philippines. And I know his heart's got to be tearing him up to be away for so long. There's many other in the same situation. So you add something like this into the mix, it just racks your nerves even more. But brother, you stay tough, and we love you, man. You've been really good on our channel too, and loyal, and we appreciate you. Maximus, the news says 9 different land masses in Visayas and Mindanao. Wow. Scott, welcome James and Melinda, thank you. New Wrangler, I did send you an email asking about your assistance in setting up a good solar system at the fish pond. I don't mind helping out on that. Let me get back over into the Philippines and get settled in. Stay in contact with me, write me again, so everything will stay fresh, and we can work on that. When I get my house project done, I told you in the last live stream, when my house project's done and I'm over there, you different ones that have been loyal to our channel and following us and all, and you want help on your project, whether it's building or solar, I'll come help you. It'd be content from my channel, and I like that. It's learning for other people, and gives me something interesting to go do in a place that I love. So I'm all for helping you out, helping you locate the equipment. I'm pretty resourceful for that, and amen, we can make it happen. So just I got to get through this house build though. We're down to the finishing, so it shouldn't be that long. John, it's her daughter Nika up with the building supply center business 5 years ago, so they have what they need to rebuild. I sent home 3K Canadian yesterday. And I wonder if they're able to pick that money up right now. I mean, is a remittance place even open that they can receive that money? Were they able to get it? So let us know on that. You know, that's tough too when you want to help them, but there's no way they can get it. You can send, but maybe they have no way to receive it for a while, you know. That's another thing that comes about in this situation.
Yes.
So John right here, I met my wife in Dumaguete. A lot of expats go down to Dumaguete. A lot do in that Valencia area and all. Mike, Cebu Electric Grid, it was announced that it will be at least a month before restoration. Wow. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. I remember when David and them got hit there in Beagle last year, it was a while for it to come back up as well. So let's see right here. We got Steven. So do you know John and Monina? No, I don't know them. I follow other vloggers. I like to know what's going on like you all do, and I follow them, and I know who's connected to who and what, and you know, and the whole network across the country. I don't know every vlogger, but I do know, and a lot of times, you know, it's that whole 6 degrees of separation. They know somebody that you know, and you got a connection through that person. Link. So, and quite a few of us vloggers are all linked together, and quite a few of us communicate directly. I have direct communication with many other vloggers, big and small, and it's nice, and we kind of share what's going on. We invite each other's places. It's just been tough right now with the travel situations and all. Or you would probably see more intermingling amongst some of us vloggers right now. Just like Justin, you know, from Critter Hunter, he's got an open invitation to come up to our place, and for, you know, like him and Finn, and take them over to some places that, like when Finn came up into Panay Island and Antique before and all, places he hadn't been to, I can take him over to some other areas he didn't know. But definitely always have connection with this network of other vloggers. My mate is from Negros. Steam Day Stoker. Let's see, Padre Burgos, let they suffer badly. Let's hope international assistance is forthcoming to the people of the Philippines, and hope it's shared out properly too on that international assistance. Do we remember what happened with Yolanda and the scams on that? Hope that we don't have another one of those little situations again. Robin Davis, about how much did it cost to ship that boat motor? Um, I don't want to cover all that stuff right now. We're here about the storm stuff. We're not about a boat motor. I appreciate. I'm not trying to be rude or nothing. Just another time on that, okay? Um, I just want to share here and focus about the storm. And sorry about that, Robin. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. Maximus, most places will not get power back on until after Christmas. I know, isn't that sad? That sucks. Hopefully, they will still have a Merry Christmas. They will. They will. Filipinos are used to losing power all the time anyway, and their lives are based. That's why they don't keep deep freezes full of meat. That's why they buy from the local markets almost daily. Um, they're used to burning candles and other types of oil lamps and native made stuff and all. Uh, Tough. A lot of them have dirty kitchens. They cook outdoors with wood or charcoal or lean. So they're not as dependent on it as we Westerners are. Uh, Al said maybe it's a good opportunity for the Philippines to clean up their spaghetti bowl power line. Uh, no, no chance of that. No chance of that. uh, New Wrangler, I'm cold, Vancouver. I bet you are. It's the not time for anybody. Thank you, brother, for the stream. Thank you very much for commenting there. 164 of you still there. Uh, Appreciate the likes, 135 likes. I appreciate that, but um, this is mainly just to share with you all out there. I'm your host, sharing amongst each other again here. I'm just your host, so you all can share. Um, a little bit of damage and the fish all suffer in our fish pond. Cleanup takes some time. We'll repair, and I'm sure we'll do the solar street lights. Um, Man, I tell you what, those lights that I bought in the Philippines and brought them back to the U.S. here, I absolutely love them, and I love the ones we have there in the Philippines as well. Um, Best thing I ever did, I tell you, just they work perfect every day. They come on like clockwork. They charge. The batteries have lasted. I've got some that's been here 3 years now, no problem. Still stay good all through the night. Very happy with those. So I know I was playing. Let's see. I was playing chainsaw to the fish pond. Let's see. Scott said it's very hard hitting Typhoon, and I know a lot of Filipinos lost more than us. I pray and hope that Tim K and family are okay. No video yet, James. Yeah, I hope they're all good. Absolutely. Absolutely. And the ones that shared the update about what's happened with them and all, I appreciate that very much. Just for the whole expat community out there to know what's happening, okay? Uh, Lewis, yes, just a photo out, so he must be okay. Oh, let's see, Ringer, oh no, we might need a chainsaw, yikes. Mr. Penguin, hire one. My girlfriend lives in Cebu City. There's no water, no electricity. Just got a few messages from here. Very limited cellular signal. People are lining up for groceries. I bet they are. I hope they're able to get clean water distributed out to people. That's why you always need to prepare and try to keep a little bit of backup. Uh, uh, let's see here. Fred Batangas is where my fiance is, and didn't get hit bad. Now, Batangas was only getting like maybe a signal 1 or signal 2. It wasn't real strong up that way, just some outer band winds out there and some rain. But I appreciate you sharing that. And did they get a whole lot of rain there, Fred? If y'all don't know where Batangas is, it's at the southern end of Luzon Island near Lipa City and all down there, right out across the water, Mindoro. So Let's move on here. We got Ken on here saying hello to Scott. And we got David. I'm afraid that big cities are really going to suffer because of logistic problems. Yep, yep. Uh, First thing they do, if you already seen, start clearing those roadways, clear those roadways. The communities, the people are out with their bolos. Man, they can chop some wood with some bolos. They can chop some big old trees. And they start clearing those roadways. And then when they can get that done, then people are able, the power line companies, the uh, military, the PNP, the all your Red Cross type services and stuff there and all can get in then. But the people right there, house by house by house, will get out there with bolos and chainsaws, and the barangays a lot of times will own chainsaws. Your local LGU will. They'll have the Tenoids and different ones out there helping. And man, they start making things happen fast. They really do. It's a really good network over there. Let's move on here. We have no power or water, fish pond. Let's see, we're going rainwater catchment and the solar as soon as possible. Yep. David, I've chatted with John a few times on Facebook, but his account hasn't been green since after the typhoon. Yeah, I'm sure they are all out of contact right now. He says he evacuated to Chrissy's house, so that's kind of what I figured. It would be safer for them to be at Chrissy's parents' home that was just built than being right there at the shore. Absolutely, I'm glad they got the hell out of that coastal home with those big old waves in Leyte. Man, there's some rollers come up right there. I tell you. Appreciate sharing that. David, I was chatting with John right before the typhoon made landfall. I'm sure that they've had their hands full and busy right now too. It's a new wrangler. I spoke to Commander Dot, and he's stuck in Cebu. Yeah, I wonder what's happening with all of them down there. That Kulas, was he still up in Manila? Did he go back home yet now? And I think he's far enough south down that his place probably missed the storm though. Appreciate you sharing that. Let's see here. Andy, yes, I agree. Red Cross only. Scott, Philippines. I've not heard from Terrence and Beth and Brian Marcel. Power is down all over Bohol. Yeah, nobody's heard from them. Probably won't for a little while. But this is really been a disruption to their daily lives, a massive disruption. Well, let's see here. We got Douglas. Have you heard anything from the next village? My fiance and our kids and a cruise. I don't know how to say all this. Leebog. Last I heard from her was Wednesday, Philippine time, and the roof had just come off and no contact since. So anybody can share information anywhere up in these areas, share it. If I'm not good with some of these names, I'm sorry. There is a lot of names there that it's really hard for me to keep up with here. I'm gonna back up my screen jump. 156 of you watching right now. Appreciate that. Like to back up here. It took a jump on me again. Let's keep backing up here. Took a heck of a jump on me. I hate it when it does that. All of a sudden the whole chat would just whoop all the way, and you're down at the bottom. We're still moving back here. Still moving back, so I am really far behind, but y'all bear with me. I'm sure you're reading each other's messages, and that's okay. That's what we're here for, share with each other. I may just have to jump in here if I skip somebody. I'm sorry if I miss anything. I'm sorry. Appreciate it. 161 of you now watching. And I'm still having to scroll back. I'm sorry for that. So here we are. I'm back up to where I was at before it decided to take the big jump on me. So maybe this will be the last. Let's see, maybe this will last a month because a lot of damages need to fix for electricity. Most electrical poles got destroyed here in Cebu City. Yeah, like I don't know. Here in the U.S., let's say like a big calamity happens in Florida, man, and it takes out a lot of the power poles and the power grid and all. Man, they may come from all the way up in the north and from Texas and from states far away. And other big power companies will send all their crews and equipment to help a fellow power company get back up and going. Do they do something like that in the Philippines? Do other power companies send over their equipment into other areas to help restore, send crews into other areas to help restore? Share what you know about that kind of situation. But they're some hard workers and they'll work some hours now. You'd be surprised how quick they can get that done. So Johnny Joe Reeds, he posted and said they evacuated Christy's parents' house. Yep, that was good. Bean Smith, 100-year-old mango tree in our neighborhood. Negros Oriental, Typhoon Odette toppled it down. Yep. So I was saying, being that Negros has never taken a storm this big directly onto it, there's a lot of old trees that have survived for a long time that got it this time. My buddy Rob has no power or cell service. He lives in Cebu. Steve, I know Taliban Bahal got hit real hard. I'm sure it did. Daryl's asking if you heard how Brian Marcel and Little Charlie are. I don't know. Somebody said back there that Ruthie had said that people were okay. I don't know if Ruthie still talks with them or not, but I don't know. I don't know. That's just some hearsay, so I don't know. Scott, fully agree to send your families to rebuild their homes. Yeah. Let's see. Ken, is there insurance like in America? We talked about that. How about mobile area? Wife has family there. Anybody answer to David there, David Hill, about the mobile area? And let them know about that. Let's see here. We're going to go on down. We don't have insurance for Shirts Fish Pond. Tree damage was bad for us too. I want to skip on down here. Chrissy K sent out a text that they are all right, but they lost about 80% of their house. Wow. Wow. I'm still waiting to hear about John and Monina. Said Stephen. Scott Patterson, I wish people donate to the Philippines Red Cross. Yeah, definitely something like that is what I suggest. A charity like that, or if you know somebody personally directly and you want to help them directly, but just be careful out there that it's not your money going to waste in somebody's pocket. So let's see, Scott Bohal took a pounding from what Lovely May Adventures of the Henderson's video and Taliban. Yeah, that's what they're saying. I'm going to go check that out later and see that myself. And the communication towers are out. Yeah. Charlie, any information on casualties on how you say it? How Island? Can't reach my girlfriend. Where's that island at, Mel? J-A-O? J-A-O. Joe. How? Would it be with the H?
Always you read completely Jao. Jao or Jao.
I don't know if it's going to be pronounced with a H or a J on that one, but
it's in Cebu.
I don't know where is that located at. Anybody knows? Comment here.
Maybe Dao,
Yeah, it's Jao is how he pronounced it here. Jao. And like I say, go to that Facebook and search that. Go to Facebook and search it because the LGUs, all the responses, everything, they are really utilizing Facebook. Go to Facebook, go to search, type it in, and things will come up, okay? Um, yeah, Cebu did get hit hard without a doubt. Um, I'm gonna kind of just bounce on down here just a little bit because I'm so far behind. I'm not trying to be rude and skip anybody. Don't get your feelings hurt or nothing. Okay. Somebody wrote, saw Tim K floating away on his surfboard. uh, man, don't wish harm on nobody. I'll tell you that. That is a little funny, the picture of old Tim floating away on a surfboard. uh, and I'm gonna kind of keep on here. Somebody said that karma bites you. Let's see, Vince, tell Mel I'm here with y'all enjoying a bowl of what's this? Maha Blanca. Let's see, no time for anybody. Hey Scott and Layman, I wonder if any of the box shippers that ship from the U.S. to the Philippines are going to have some free relief shipping for boxes to affected areas. That's a good question. That is a good question. Let's check in on that. David, that's good. I'm gonna look in on that. Okay, that's a really good information there to think about. They did it for Yolanda. Yeah, that is some good information. Hey, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you about that. Did you see the videos where all them boxes were just dumped out of planes and nobody was allowed to get a bunch of them and the stuff is just all going to waste? Man, I tell you what, there was some mismanagement that went on in that Yolanda stuff. There was corruption. There was just shamefulness that took place with a lot of that happened in Yolanda. And that's why, once again, I suggest that you send it straight into somebody or to a local church that can get goods right there quick to the people. Instead, those boxes are going to take a long time to get there on top of that. And if it's anything like what went on with Yolanda, the waste was unreal. Go back and Google on or search on YouTube about relief on Yolanda and all, and there's some documentaries and stuff out there. That was some shameful stuff that went on by some organizations, by some government, and some officials that was taking windfall on that. They were even taking those relief goods and selling those relief goods. They were taking bags of rice, and some people that were supposed to be distributing it, and were taking that stuff back, stacking it for themselves, and selling those things that was supposed to go to people for free. And I'm just telling it like it is. There was a lot of dirty business went on with that relief for Yolanda. And so be wise with what you send and what you do to help people right now. I mean, let's just say someone like, I'll just use like Tim K or any of these vloggers. If you want to send directly, send direct to them, but that only takes care of one family. Find a local organization and help out right there. But be careful about some of this. Just be careful. That's all I'm gonna say. There's some people out there that don't have some good scruples about them, and and people need relief now, and a box takes a long time to get there, and there's logistics to get it to them and how it's being distributed. So the best thing I still say is to something like Philippines Red Cross, that they're geared up, they got equipment, they got an army of people that'll go out and get stuff out. That's my opinion, and I'll leave it at that, but I will say my opinion. Meljan, so her house was destroyed. That's another vlogger right there, if y'all don't know. She worked so hard to build it too. Waiting to hear details. She's in the province outside Cebu. Yep, I remember when she was building the house. I'm sorry to hear that. Absolutely sorry to hear that. Um, yeah, you can fill up 3 boxes easy, but you just heard what I had to say about that. Um, it was shameful. No time for anybody. Weather is okay in Subic so far. Appreciate telling that and sharing. John says hello, Mel. Mel's over here researching and listening right now. She's actually commented a few times here in the live stream. If y'all see a comment in here, Texas Filipina. That's Melinda. Uh, Cebu Mactan and Dowie and all of Cebu. Yeah, they all got hit hard. Absolutely. John Brady, my friend, lives in the mountains south of Kabakalan, Negros, and she lost the roof on their house and her farm washed away. Yeah, we saw pictures just a minute ago of all that flooding there. Scott Patterson, I pray for all the Philippines, and they need help. They're such deserving people, best hearted people you can find. I was watching these sellers that I like to watch their channel. It's called Selling the Hoa, and they're in Canada right now while their second baby was born because they were out floating on the water. They had a little good time, and they done had another baby, two. So we know what you're doing when you're out going from point A to point B on a sailboat, because they done had 2 kids back to back while they've been sailing. But I digress back. They have been doing videos from Canada, and they're trying to do fill-in videos until they get back to Thailand to their boat and start their sailing adventure again. And they were, the other day, did a video of their 5 top places in no particular order, in that 5 that they liked around the world, that they went selling. They've sailed halfway around the world right now, and of course this world calamity slowed them down because of getting in the different countries and stuff became so difficult, and they had a baby. So in that top 5, they named the Philippines and smiled and was so happy when they named the Philippines. They said, hands down, absolutely the kindest and the best people in the world. And I thought that was pretty cool. And you're talking about people that's been to a lot of countries, a lot of places. I mean, a lot. And for them to say that, that meant a lot right there in itself. Check them out. They're a great channel, Sailing Nahoa. Really, really great people right there. So let's move on here. Carol says, my husband's from Cebu. His family's in Pardo and private, and we have heard from, have not heard from Argo. Okay, so I'm not understanding who you have and haven't heard from, but thank you for sharing there, Carol. Sorry if any of this jumps here. I'm trying to kind of keep up. I'm going to kind of scroll down here just a little bit. I am skipping a few people. I'm not meaning to be mean or nothing. I'm so far behind. And some of you are talking amongst yourselves, and that's what I want there. We're going to continue on down right here. And actually, I have a backup solar there. There's a second system there. I'm reading right here. Oh my God, your solar is down. You need 2 spares. No, my solar is not damaged like that. It's just the lightning tripped my lightning arrestor, and which is what it's supposed to do. That's the reason I have it on there. I have a second solar system going there as well, a little small system on a 3,000 watt inverter. So I do still have a backup, but it's just a matter of me getting there, changing the arrestor, but the solar system still works. It's just going off of grid backup right now, and the grid's back there going. So the grid's charging my batteries, and the grid's still putting power and doing a bypass so that there's still power. But I do have to get there and change that spark arrestor, and I need to order another backup there as well. That's, oh, I say spark arrestor, lightning arrestor, and that's what it's on there for, so that that lightning can't come on through and blow all your equipment out. So I'm proud that it did what it's supposed to do. Uh, and so right here, I just checked, and the Roofie live stream ain't up. Don't know why. But yeah, she'd been in contact with her sister and some teacher in Taliban, plus some barangay official. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. Brendan Daughtry, Gary from Bahal Echo Farm was online on the chat and was saying they neglected to tie their Bayakubo down, so he wasn't sure if it would survive. Um, yeah, you know, those Bayakubos, they're just, that for somebody don't know what a Bayakubo is, it's just like a nipa hut structure made out of native materials, usually bamboo with a nipa roof. And you can buy those a lot of times and they'll deliver them, or you can build them on site, but they're usually not anchored into the ground. I mean, they'll pick them up and carry them and move them somewhere. Um, so definitely, if they're not tied in to the ground, you need to have some type of anchoring or stakes drove in the ground or something. Um, yeah, I wish Brian started solar when he first moved to the Philippines, like you're set up at your place. You know, it's not just a matter of buying solar equipment. It's a matter of properly securing it, putting proper connections, not just a bunch of willy-nilly network of mess and dirty connections and twisted wires and tape and all of that mess. If you're going to put it in a system like that, you don't have nothing. Something like this needs to be properly installed, properly secured with proper connections, not speaker wire twisted in for solar leads and all of that mess of rigging it. So all I'm going to say is if a person's going to have a system like that, it needs to be properly installed. So just wonder if it would be properly installed. No time for anybody. Yeah, says Scott, she is the love of my life, man. You know, I know that one. I got mine right over here right now, my love of my life. Don, I follow an amazing channel called 8 Miles From Home, and they are in Surigao. I hope they're safe. I'll check that out. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to look at that. I'll check that out. Thank you. Hillbilly in the Philippines. Has anyone heard from the foreign farming? No, they haven't. I'm sure that they got a big old mess there. No one's heard anything yet. J&G Life, Bing Smith, that's good about the tree as long as your family's okay. That's right. We'll kind of skip over some of y'all talking amongst each other here real quick. Prayers from the Philbilly camp. That's right. Hey, Melinda was wearing a Philbilly shirt today. Yep, she sure was. Physically or financially, we lost our businesses and home during Irma and Maria in the Caribbean. My prayers go out to them. That's right, John. That's right. 166 of you guys still here. Appreciate that. I know it's a long live stream, but hey, I'd rather spend my time here on a Saturday night with you all and than watching TV right now. We can share what's happening here. So, and good information is being shared right now. Really good. So, Racer, sorry, I just got on here. Did anyone hear anything about Corey Ross? Yes. In fact, Corey wrote, and Corey's okay. They had some minimal roof damage on the corner of the house They done repaired it. Um, very minimal damage right there at Corey's. Corey's already back and going, and they're going to donate some materials for some places to be repaired around them and all. But yeah, I have heard from Corey, and Corey's let me know. He wrote me a long message and let me know everything's good, and I appreciate you asking about Corey. They fared out well. They really did, and they're on track just to try to help other people right now. Thank you for asking about that. Carol, has anyone heard from Sasha and Jay and Story, all the Hearns? Um, I really don't follow with them. I mean, I know who they are and everything. I really don't follow with them. That got to be a drama channel. I don't like all that drama. I'm not saying anything bad against them. Okay, I don't mean it in any kind of derogatory way. Um, it just wasn't providing information that I like to see in the Philippines. Um, so I haven't heard from them or seen anybody mention anything about them. Uh, I hope that their family and everyone's all right. I I, I do kind of every once in a while see what's going up with them, and see the family's all back together again now and stuff like that. So it's not like I just totally block them out. It's just their content's usually not something I'm that directly interested in. I'm sure my content's also sometimes not what other people are directly interested in. But I do kind of keep up a little bit what's going on with them. And I hadn't heard anything about them. You're the first person that's mentioned them, and I hope that everything's all well. Uh, he said, New Wrangler said their fish were a little small, not ready to be harvested. Um, Scott just made contact with our family in Cebu, Mactan. That's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Great to hear, Scott. That's right. Most, and I just covered about Corey Ross. Corey Ross is fine. He had a little damage on one corner of his roof where a tree just barely caught the corner of a roof, and they fared out well. Everything's going good for Corey, and he's geared up to help some other people. Um, Hillbilly in the Philippines, my place and family was not affected by the typhoon, but got hit with a 5.0 earthquake. Yeah, I just heard that there was another earthquake hit. Where was that? Where was that earthquake that just hit?
I forgot it. Yeah, I know there's a 5.5 magnitude.
Yeah, 5.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, where was that at? We heard that in the mix of all this that there was an earthquake. Thanks, John. I know he's only a few hours from Brian as the crow flies. Hope they're all okay. Um, let's see. Hillbilly was notified of that earthquake when it happened. Then I got the message there was no bad damage. I'm gonna skip over a couple more here if y'all don't mind. Dustin Backpacks texted me this morning. Let's see, Dustin texted me this morning. Him, I'm sure, are fine. That they got hit pretty hard. They have no power, so you won't hear from him for a bit. Um, so at least we know that they're good then. That's good information right there. Thank you for sharing that, Martin, that they're okay. Lawrence Beeler, I just want to check. Went and checked. Nothing new from Monina or from any of them. I'm sure they're all, that whole crew there, I'm sure they're all out.
I think they're all okay. The only thing is they don't have any power.
Yeah, and I'm sure they got a lot of cleaning up and a lot of repair going on right now. Absolutely. Let's see, we didn't have any damage from the earthquake. Let's see, love you. Always take care of James. I gotta go. James and Melinda gotta go. Catch up again soon. Thank you, Scott. It says right here that I don't know how you say that. La Walker's or something. Seller has uploaded a few videos of the aftermath. He is near Brian too. Let's get down right here. We'll skip down a little bit more here. They did not have nor ask permission to cut any of our trees down. Let's see, Scott, expat in the Philippines. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Oh, that's Melinda. There's Melinda right there, the Texas Filipina. Let's see, my family in Duma and Tanjak are safe. I bet a lot of people are safe and tough, resilient, and busy dealing with the cleanup and the mess and getting their lives back in order. Absolutely. I'm glad to hear though, Wolfen, that your family is safe. That's always good. No Wi-Fi, no cell service yet. So just like me, I was worried. I was stressed over my son. It was such a relief to know when he was okay. I mean, just instantly. But when I wasn't first hearing anything, and I knew they were by a river and where it floods and it comes out of the banks easy, and there's a surge comes up that river from the coast right there, I was kind of freaking out. I cannot deny. Let's see. Aerial shots from Surigao. Yeah, everything's devastated there. I'm going to kind of just keep moving here. There are 2 volcanoes in the province of Iloilo. Man, there is a massive volcano in northern Negros, back behind Bacolod and Bago City, back up in there. Massive. That thing is huge. Kind of moving on down here a little bit again. Scott said, wishing everyone a very Merry Christmas to you and James and Melinda and everyone in the chat. Best wishes. Merry Christmas to the Philippines. And I want to say that to all of you. While we still got 159 of you here, Merry Christmas to all of you, no matter what this calamity is. This will move past, but man, just have a good holiday the best you can. This might be a good time to help other people, and that's what it's really about. So if you know some people there you can help them. And that'll make for a good Christmas. But remember, like this next person right here is saying, Barry, since the electricity's out and the money changers are closed, do you and Melinda know how to get money to the poorest of the poor in PI for the forgotten people that will not have outside help? And that's why if you can get something to a church donation, like when Melinda was looking there earlier online, some of these were posting for local organizations. They're like on Facebook. If you'll go to whatever community that you're close with and close to your heart, go to their Facebook page, go to what's happening there. They're probably going to have links into local organizations to help out, and that would probably be your best bet right there. And those LGUs, there's a lot of good people there, and there's a lot of good barangay captains. I'm not saying everybody's perfect or nothing, but that's probably who they're going to serve first, just to tell you the truth. That's what they do in our community. And so if you can get that help right there near to an LGU, a church, or something like that nearby, that's who they're probably going to serve first. And thank you for caring about those people. There's no secret. My wife, she came from about as poor as families there was there in the Philippines, and she lived a very poor upbringing. She knew what it was to go through these storms and with a light built structure and flood zones and all, and live like this and have to rebuild again and again and again. she's lived that life of always having to rebuild a new home, always having to rebuild a new home because no money, lot built structure, and living in a very dangerous area. And so we're very sensitive to all that. And we very much understand. And a lot of Melinda's family and relatives are still in that situation. And and so we try to help when we can, especially if it's somebody that's good, living a good, clean life and all, and and trying to be responsible, even though they don't have much. We're definitely going to help them first. Um, I'm gonna move on down here. Yeah, there was a lot of lives lost. That we've been hearing that. We have been hearing that in Bahal. Yeah. Um, I'm gonna kind of move on down here a little bit. It's me said the Mormon Church sent a boatload of relief supplies many years ago. Customs wanted them to pay a large amount, so much that they sent it back to the USA. Careful with the USA collections. You know, see, it's me just reaffirm what I was saying. That's why if you can just send it directly into an organization that's already inside the Philippines and let them handle that logistically within the country um, to get those things out, I think it would probably be a better deal. But make sure it's a real organization, a restaurant organization, a restaurant charity. Um, just be careful, give, but be wise. Um, Absolutely sympathy and condolences to everyone in Bahal and all the affected areas. Hillbilly gonna start my NA visa Monday. Hope it's not a long drawn out process. Hoping to travel this winter. It's been over 2 years since I seen my family. Um, Man, I know that sucks to be gone from them that long. And I hope all that goes well. I'm reading here Tom's message right now. Yolanda did 100,000 US damage to our rice mill insurance company required by bank for long. Only paid 40,000 on Typhoon damage. Commonwealth Insurance pay full amount on loss of 10,000 bags of rice. 2 beers. Hillbilly in the Philippines. Let's see, what is this 9A you speak about? Let them discuss that. Foreign father to a Filipino child visa. Yeah, you can do it underneath that. Ira Updike, hi everyone. And 161 of you watching right now. Thank you still. Hope that everyone's having a good day. Let's see, the globe is having limited signal in Cebu. Yep. Miracle they have any signal, and hope that anyone with loved ones there is okay. I'm lucky my fiance is doing well. I'm glad to hear that. That's good news, and it's good that the globe's even got a little bit of service. That's good. I'm sure it's probably a really jammed system right now too. Yeah. Let's see, we'll send money off to mom and dad and the family on Monday morning. And we're going to kind of move on down here a little bit again. Let's see, we'll kind of move on down here a little bit. A little bit of conversation with Melinda and a couple people there, the Texas Filipina. Al said, I don't know if you'll get this message far down in messages. You just told about her trying to get here. Get this. She has a ticket to come next Wednesday. Was supposed to get her yellow card Monday. Won't happen now. Man, Al, you have had the freaking bad luck on this, boy. I tell you. I think the best thing is for you to go over and see her as soon as things improve. I hope. I hope. I hope. Man, that is just crazy. If the internet is down, the ATMs will not be working. Also, same goes for the money places. That's right. That is right. Um, they'll have to get it up. People, you can send money, but they're going to have to sit on that code until things are back up and going again. Frank said we're in Fort Worth and just found out we lost our roof on the beach house in the Bible Hall. Sorry to hear that, Frank. I hope that you got family or somebody there that can secure your things, and maybe you can, uh, maybe you had a caretaker or something there, or family watching after your place. Maybe you can get things going to get that repaired, even though you're not there right now. Sorry to hear about your damages there. Al says she went to get the yellow card about week before last, and we didn't know she needed to make an appointment online. Yeah, that sucks. Let's see, glad it's all safe in your beach home in the Philippines. Thank you, Glenn. Yeah, we fared well, but there's a lot of people near us didn't know. But not near the extent of the damage happened in Cebu, Bohol, Negros, Surigao, Samar, Leyte, all of them places. Ghostface, how things in Cebu? My wife's from Cebu. Cebu's pretty devastated. It is really devastated. See, how much time will it take to restore electricity and network restore in Cebu? I feel that they'll probably, like in Cebu City, I feel that they'll probably get on it really fast, extremely fast. Probably out in some of the province areas may take a little longer, but I'm gonna tell you what, you'll be surprised. Sometimes they say a month, they get it done quicker than that, and people just join in helping. It's amazing, people. And I'm gonna kind of skip on down here just a little bit. Sunshine Shoulders has a couple videos out in Cebu, and I follow Sunshine Shoulders and on some of his videos, so appreciate that, Hillbilly. I'll go check out what he's got up now. I was really busy today, and I didn't catch who all got everything out before I did this live stream. Ron, thanks for hosting. Yeah, I'm just trying to be a format here for everyone to share. I'm your host. Don't count me as a vlogger right now. I'm just holding a forum here that everybody can share information. And I appreciate you seeing that, Ron. Appreciate that. MSD Lover, I'm okay. They say, okay, I'm from India. My best friend in Cebu City can't contact. It's been 4 days. Yeah, you just hold off and just keep your hopes up and everything. The communications are really bad there right now, and they should improve quick. The country is getting better and better at these responses, and so I feel that they'll probably be getting stuff up really fast. I'm hoping. So I hope that you hear soon about your best friend. But I bet things are probably all right. So you just keep good spirits, okay? Let's see. Ghostface, I'm a born Floridian, and my fiance is in Cebu City. Donald Smith, any word from Dina Gott? Let's see. I got ex-family members there, and I hope it's fared okay. Anybody knows anything about that place? Share here to Donald. Donald, like I say, go to Facebook, go to search, type that in, and you're going to get all kinds of stuff coming up of people in that area that are posting the local government pages and all. According to Sunshine Shoulders, they got some pretty bad damage. I bet they did. Yeah, no money stores are going to be open. Not at all. Um, has anyone heard from Toledo, Cebu? My wife is from there, and she is very worried about her family over there. So, y'all respond there to Alan. Alan do the same advice I just gave right there. Um, that's a tool they really utilize there in the Philippines. So I tell you what, I've been on here for a pretty good while, and we've shared a lot of information. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close this one out. I appreciate the information y'all shared to me and to everyone else. I'm so honored to take my time and host to you guys where y'all can share information. And maybe we'll do this again as things move along over the next couple of days. And we'll follow up on what else has happened. The ones that shared that they've heard from different people and shared a couple channels with us that have posted or uploaded videos. I appreciate that. I wrote some down here on a piece of paper I'm going to check out when I get off of here. Be wise on what you send and who you send it to, and just remember again that if the communication's down and the power's down and all that, most of them are not going to be able to pick up money at this moment. Those are things that are more damage in the Philippines because of country calamities. Always, when you know these things are about to happen, send ahead, send ahead as soon as you know, so they can get provisions and prepare. Preparation is the best thing always, but right now it's going to take a little time for everything to get restored and where people can pick up money and stuff like that. I want to thank you all for joining in, and God bless to all of you. Merry Christmas to all of you, and thank you again for joining in here with us, and let me be a host to have a format for all of you to share what's going on. God bless everybody. We love you, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.